Hey there, Kester from Active Health Clinic. Today, this video will be on the polyvagal theory. Look out for the next video because there will be some more practical advice around, living with a chronic illness. How can you, implement the understanding of this theory and help kind of move between the three states and the impact that can have on how you manage your symptoms and promote better health. But today, so essentially what is it? It is a theory that explains the role of the autonomic nervous system, particularly the vagus nerve, and it's how it basically regulates our response to perceived safety or threat, affecting our emotions, behaviors, physical health. Okay, so firstly, what are the three states? We have our social engagement ventral vagal state. In this state, this is where our body is able to rest and recuperate. Our immune response is high, and like your immune system is functioning properly. Lots of like regulatory bodily functions happen. Think homeostasis. This is where we want to be most of the time. It's associated with feeling calm, grounded, joy, and like the name suggests, it's easier for us to kind of socialize and get on with others. And just like the others, like that's a survival instinct as well. The kind of evolution perspective is as we evolved from a reptilian to a mammalian species, so became mammals, I guess we learned that operating in herds or groups was the best way to survive because we could take care of each other. So as I said, we want to be predominantly in this state. Next we move on and we think about fight or flight. By the way, I have the corresponding emojis for those who are fluent in emoji. Then we have the fight or flight. So think about you're dealing with an acute threat. I think the classic example is like running from a tiger. That doesn't tend to happen as much in today's society, especially if you're living in a Western country. But this is something we might experience when we're about to do some public speaking, just anxiety-inducing situations, kind of crisis situations. Think about, how it might feel. Your heart rate goes up, palpitations, feeling anxious, fidgety or stressed, really restless. Blood's directed to your muscles often because it's preparing you for action. You're getting ready to deal with danger, like fight or flight, as the name suggests, fight or run away to survive. This state is very, very energy taxing. And I talked about the first state, so that's where a lot of those regulatory bodily functions occur. Rest and recuperation, immune response is high. Your body isn't going to be doing those things as well in a fight or flight. So it's really energy taxing. It's hard to rest and recover. So if we think about, chronic illness, especially invisible illnesses, it's really important to be able to identify when we're in that state and move away from that. And I'll give some more advice, information about that in the next video. And then we have freeze. So this is when I guess our body, our autonomic nervous system has decided that the threat is too large. Survival maybe is not an option. I guess we're giving in. So think like I can versus I can't. And this is associated with immobilization, shutdown, numbness, dissociation, kind of energy conservation. Sometimes just being in a fight or flight for a very long time will often lead to this freeze because I guess if it's like a chronic stress, eventually it's going to put your body into that freeze state because it just can't do this anymore. It doesn't have the resources. But obviously this is problematic for other reasons. You're not going to be functional in this state. Think like depression, shame, shutdown, all that sort of stuff. Cool, look out for the next video.